Hello, all, welcome back. So today let's look into the today's lead code problem. The problem name is longest subsequence repeated k times. Okay, we are given a string and we have to find a longest subsequence which is repeat k times in a string. Okay, let's go through once. Let's go through one problem statement that we are given a string s whose size is n and a integer k. Now our task is to find the longest subsequence which is repeated k times in a string s. Okay, a subsequence is a string. It's a definition for subsequence. Okay, a string that can be derived from another means from string s by deleting some characters and no character without changing the order of the remaining characters in the substring of s. Okay, a subsequence is repeated k times. Okay, in a string s. If sequence time k is a subsequence of s, okay, where sequence times k represent a string constructed by concatenating sequence k, okay, sequence k times, okay. For example, BBA is repeated two times in the string this. How it is BBA is coming? B is BA. One time this B, and this A will give one more sequence if we remove this C. Okay, because yeah, okay, fine. So we have to return longest subsequence string which is repeated k times in a string s. Okay, then there is one more clause that if there is some means if there are multiple subsequence of same length, okay, then we have to return the lexicographically largest one sequence. Okay, else we have to return, and if there is no such sequences exist, then we have to return empty string. Okay, so what will be the intuition behind this? Means how can we jump on the solution? What will be the intuition behind this? So what will be the intuition here to solve this? So means to whatever the subsequence, okay, for each subsequence, whatever the consistent subsequence, the means at least that character should be present k times in a string. Okay, this is the first constraint. Okay, let's say we'll go if we see this one example where LETS means let's lead code. Okay, this is a string let's lead code. In this string let is this is a one subsequence let, and let there is a second subsequence. Okay, and there is one more sequence ete and ete. Okay, but out of those subsequence we have to return lexicographically largest one, so we'll return let. Okay, so we have to consider the things. Means we first we have to understand the problem statement very carefully, because I also when I started this problem, pick the problem, I, I did not understand the requirement. Means I did not understand exactly how, means what will be the subsequence, and what will be the what will be the exact subsequence, because I was made this subsequence LET, and this one L means LET, and this E I consider. Okay, this one will be the one sequence. Now the second subsequence I made L, this one L, this one E. Let me use different color. This L E T and again E, L E T E. So this will be one more subsequence which is more greater. But this is not work like this, because we have to take the consecutive block, means consecutive string, till there we get a subsequence. Okay, so in this, so let's say this is a string. Okay, so what will be the right way? We have to get subsequence. How we have to get till there? Okay, this will be the one subsequence. So Now after that the frequency will become 0. Okay, let this will be 1. Now after this again it is start let. So till here this will be the next subsequence let. Okay, similarly if we consider ete, okay, if we consider ete, then how it will be formed means for which subsequence. See this one, from starting ete, this part will give ete. The next part from there to there will give second part ete. Okay, so we have to consider means we have to kind of the problem is we have to split the string in such k parts. Okay, in such k consecutive parts. Each part means will have 1 2 3 till k parts, and each part will give me one copy of the subsequence. Okay, this will give me one copy, this will give me second copy, this will give me third copy. Okay, got it. Now let's move further the constraint side. So the size means the maximum size for n and k is 2000. Okay, what will be the maximum size? 2000. And they give one more condition that n, our n value is less than k into 8. Okay, is less than k into 8. So let's say what they are say, n means size of string is less than k times whatever the k. Okay, k times 8. Okay, and there is one more condition that the that to present to present k subsequence in a string n, there is at least means what will be the maximum size of each subsequence is n by k. This is the maximum subsequence means this is m. Okay, so what is this? Maximum size for subsequence which satisfy the condition. Okay, so this is the range m. Now let's think. So what will be our constraint here? So they say the maximum size of n is k times 8. Okay, so let's see this n by k. So can we put this n is like this 8 times k minus 1. Okay, can we put like this n by k? So this will be give approximately what 7 7 times k. Okay, so what will be the maximum size? Maximum size of subsequence will be 7 times k. That means means what will be the maximum frequency? What will be the maximum frequency? Is 7. Okay. What will be the maximum frequency of each character? Is 7. We have to consider means we are thinking in different way. Okay, means we are think will generate some permutations and we'll check is that permutation is present in the string k times or not. Okay, so the string will be each character will be maximum 7 times. Okay, and number of characters will be 6, 26. So each character will be means 26, and each character means permutation for each character will be 7 factorial here. Okay, so we have to generate all the permutations here. We have to generate all the permutations, okay, for each characters and in the lexicographic order. Okay, so what we'll do first for a given string. For a given string, first we have to minimize the things. How will minimize? Will reduce means we'll remove all the characters whose frequency is less than k. Okay, so first we'll do what we do, we'll count the frequency of each character there, and after counting the frequency, we'll separate out the those only those candidates whose frequency is and more than and equivalent to k. Okay, so based on that candidates will generate all the permutations, and for each permutation means we'll generate all the permutation in the lexicographic order, and for each permutation we'll iterate means we'll apply simple pattern matching algorithm, and we'll iterate over the string and check is the particular pattern is available in the given string k times. If it is, then we have to simply return true, else will not. Okay, so I think this approach is clear to you. This because 7 factorial is very within a range. What will be the 7 factorial range? It is considerable. Okay, so let's look into the problem side, means how can we approach. So first we have to count the frequency. For counting the frequency, we'll get take a fixed size array of 26 size, initially initialized from 0. Now counting iterate over the each character of the string and counting the frequency. Now we have to select only those candidate whose frequency is more than the and equivalent to k. Okay, so we'll iterate over the array, means we'll iterate over the each range. Okay, for the range of z2, means from where z to a, this range in the reverse order, because we have to generate lexicographic largest permutation first. So frequency of I is greater than k, then we have to consider that candidate. Okay, now we'll apply here BFS kind of approach. In the queue, we'll append all the characters here. We'll append all the characters. ठीक? Now, next, what we have to do, we have to maintain the maximum result here, resultant string, and iterate here until the R cube is not become empty. We have to fetch the current string, check if the current string is having a more size than the R previously processed string, then we have to update our string size. Okay, answer is equal to current. Then what we have to do, we have to iterate over the all candidates. Okay, what we have to do, we have to here iterate over the candidates. Okay, now we have to will append the candidate in the current string. Okay, means let's say our current string is le. Okay, or l, so then we'll append e, then we'll append t, kind of. Okay, and as we are taking the things in lexicographic order, so we'll append first t, so we'll check is t is coming with 3 times, then we'll append after that l, tl is coming, means in let's say this is the string l t l e t e t c o d e. Okay, so let's say t e l and l are having a frequency more than k. So we'll start from T, then append L, then append E in it. Okay, we'll check. Means first we'll append T, then L. L is not exist, then we'll append E is exist or not. Based on that, we'll come for L, then we'll append after that append T. L will check, means we'll check for L. Let's say L T S L T. There is no, so we'll remove T, then we'll check for E, L, T, L, E, L, E, L, E. Yes, L, E is exist, L, E, L, E, kind of. Then after that, in the next iteration, we'll append T, then we'll check is let is there by K times or not. Okay, this is our approach. So in the current string, we'll append the current character. Means all the permutation we have to achieve. Okay, so we are checking here is valid, means this method what it is doing. In this method we are sending both string, the common string s and the next string, means what will be the next permutation here. using the current candidate, and we'll check is that next string is available in the given string by k times or not. If it is available, then we'll proceed further. Let's say our current will be le. Okay, now we'll have to process lt also. Okay, so for that, that's why we'll push the le in the queue so that it will process further with the t. Okay, that, I think, just try to visualize the thing. Okay, and in the end we have to return answer. Okay, now let's look into the is valid method, how we'll check. So in this is valid method, we'll iterate over the means whole string s and compare each character with the t at position. If the if it is matched, then we'll append the position. If one pattern is found, means pattern is found completely, then we'll append, means initialize the position from zero index again and up, decrement the value by 1. If we able to find all the k times, means if we able to find the t string in a main string as k, k times, then we'll return true, else we'll return false. Okay, this is the simple approach. Now the same approach, we'll see how can we implement the same in Rust, because here we are using the queue. Now in the Rust there is no queue, so that here we'll use vector dequeue from, and we'll import from collections, std collections vector dequeue. Okay, now let's look how can we approach. So first thing, we have to take one fixed size array. Okay, for calculating frequency. Now for calculating the frequency, first we have to iterate over the string s and extract each character. Based on the character, we have to count the frequency. Okay, now just see, we in Rust we have to do typecasting at each stage. So ch is typecasted in u8, and this we can typecast a as a u8 and using b also. Okay, it will typecast in u8. Now what next? We have to find the candidates, okay, whose frequency is greater than and equivalent to k. So we'll iterate over the range of z to a in reverse order, means in reverse order all characters, and if the frequency of that character is greater than k, then we'll append in the candidate list. Now we have to initialize a queue. How can we use queue in Rust? Instead of queue, we are using here vector dequeue. Okay, so why I am taking a vector dequeue of vector of char? Why? Because I am sending this next string to the validation part. Okay, and I want to access there as a index based access. Okay, so in Rust we unable to access the characters or the elements by indices in for string. Okay, so we have to typecast again, we have to typecast, so that's why to prevent from again typecast, we'll use here vector list. Okay, vector of char. So that's why I am taking the queue of vector of char instead of string. Vector means instead of queue of string, I am taking a vector of char, means contain a kind of data type of vector of char. Okay, now we have to iterate over the list of candidates and insert in it. Okay, so this candidate is having a characters. Okay, so we have to create a l- list of character which is initialized from the character. Okay, now we need to maintain a empty list here, list of character here. Now what we have to do, means fetch the first element, means from first element from the front. Okay, so we have to do pop operation and the front operation, means in dq we have to will able to fetch from front and back also. So if, what we are doing, we are popping from the front, pop out from the front the current element. Okay, the condition is that if the current means if the current list having a more size than the pre-processed answer list, then we'll update our answer. So what we are doing here, we are moving the current object to the answer. So for moving means we want deep copy. So for that we are using here clone method. Now we have to generate all permutations, okay, using the candidate, okay, candidates. So we'll iterate over the candidates, and using the each character we'll generate one new next string, okay, next list. So we'll fetch means take a one copy of current, and in that copy we'll push current means current character ch, and check is it valid means is it exist, this string next is exist k times. If it is, then we have to proceed further. Okay, to proceed further, we'll insert the queue means insert the next string in the queue in the where, and it is a DQ means double ND queue. So where we have to push in the back side. So we'll use here push back operation. Okay, and in the end we have answer is a list of characters. So what we have to do, we have to iterate over the list and we have to collect means we have to form this in the string. Okay, now is valid method. So we are taking a main string as a reference of string, this list of char t which is a pattern as a we are taking as a reference of vector of char. Okay, taking a k as a mutable type because we are appending the k here by means updating k value, so that's why we take it as a mutable. This method will return a boolean type means it will show is it a valid pattern or not. Okay, that will proceed further with this pattern or not. Now we have to iterate over the string, whole string, main string, and in that string we have to check is is it means the character of the string is matched with the pattern or not. If it is matched, then we have to move the position. Okay, if we find one pattern, okay, if if the pattern is matched, then we'll have to start it matching from the initialization, okay, and update k by 1. If we found all k patterns in the string, then we'll return true, else we'll return false. Okay, this is the simple approach. Just mind, we instead of queue, we are using vector queue in Rust. Okay, so I think this is done here. So let me wrap up the call here. Thanks all for watching.